Hot off the heels of Killer Smoke Show, WrestlePro pushes it into full gear with Very Nice, Very Evil live from the Rahway Rec Center. I am the voice of WrestlePro, Pete Rosado, and we are here for another jam-packed evening of WrestlePro action live in Rahway, New Jersey. And already, things have gotten very interesting here tonight. If you have not kept up with the social media, Dan Maff, medically unable to compete tonight. So the big matchup, Dan Maff versus Danhausen, has been changed.
For you this evening, and welcome to WrestlePro! Where our opening contest for Very Nice, Very Evil is scheduled for one fall.
Fresh off the heels of Killer Smoke Show, WrestlePro has kicked it into full gear as we return to the Rahway Rec Center for Very Nice, Very Evil. Good evening, everyone. I am the voice of WrestlePro.
Introducing first, from Belleville, New Jersey, weighing in at 213 pounds, Justin Corino!
Once again, I am the voice of WrestlePro, Pete Rosado. And tonight, Very Nice, Very Evil already has seen some massive changes. Our big match between Dan Maff and Danhausen for the first time ever, unable to happen. Dan Maff medically unable to compete tonight due to an injury suffered a couple of weeks ago. So, big change to the big match. Danhausen now going one-on-one with Richard Holliday. As for Richard Holliday's opponent, Deonn, Rusman has been added to the match between Vargas and Joey Janela, now making that a triple threat match.
From San Juan, Puerto Rico, Serpentico!
All of that happening later tonight, but we kick off Very Nice, Very Evil with a singles matchup between WrestlePro staple Justin Corino going one-on-one against the Snake Man, Serpentico. Justin Corino, a longtime member of the WrestlePro roster, has been here in tag team action, singles action. There is not a fan of WrestlePro who has been inside this rec center that does not know who Corino is. And oh, there they go, the streamers. They love the Snake Man here in Rahway, New Jersey. Big time singles matchup kicking off. Very Nice, Very Evil, Serpentico one-on-one against Justin Corino. What a way to set the table for a massive night that will include a first blood match for the WrestlePro Women's Championship, as Lady Frost will defend that title against Rebecca J. Scott. And the bell rings on the official start of action here at Very Nice, Very Evil, and very quickly, Justin Corino out of the ring. The veteran instinct of Corino knows better than to just tie up with the Snake Man. The Snake Man, a veteran in his own right, out of San Juan, Puerto Rico. You can catch him in AEW action. Corino once again outside of the ring, out by Franklin and Amy at the ringside area. Throwing Serpentico probably off of his game here. Serpentico's ready to go, ready to start, get this match going, and once once again. Justin Corino, not yet ready to start the match.
Screw you, Rahway. Screw you, Rahway.
The Snake Man has seen enough, and he goes flying. Tope Suicida to the outside, bringing the fight straight to Justin Corino. And now bringing Corino inside the ring. Up top goes the Snake Man, massive crossbody by Serpentico. Here he goes off the ropes here. Beautiful maneuver by Serpentico, catching him. Oh, beautiful there by Serpentico. Cover. 1 count only. Corino kicking out. Serpentico has done it all and continues to be at the top of his game. Here he goes, the Snake Man to the top rope, off, double stomp, misses. Corino getting out of the way, but the Snake Man recovering very well. Serpentico catching himself, beautiful insecurity to the side of the head. Corino on the outside apron now. Serpentico following him out, super kick on the apron. Back fist by Serpentico. Oh my! Corino dropping him on the hardest part of the ring. Back first to do massive damage to the spine, especially that thoracic area, that mid-back. And now trying to do some damage to the cervical spine. And now Corino right on the attack. This is the Corino we are well acquainted with here at WrestlePro. Not exactly a well-liked man with many of his antics, whether it be in singles or tag team competition, is Justin Corino. But nonetheless, a talented individual. That's why he's maintained his spot. Cover here by Corino on the Snake Man, 2 count as Serpentico kicks out. That's why Corino has maintained his spot as WrestlePro has changed over the years, as new stars have come in, as old stars have left the WrestlePro arena. Justin Corino has been a constant presence here at WrestlePro, no matter what, and it is due to the incredibly high talent ceiling for Justin Corino. Massive chop across the chest from Serpentico. Beautiful suplex with a bridge and a 2 count only. Picture perfect bridge by Corino there. Shots to the head. Corino slowing the match down to the type of pace he likes, type of pace that he can control. Does not want Serpentico flipping and flying and diving around the ring. That is not the type of match that Justin Corino wants to have here tonight. Shot to the solar plexus, then to the side of the head. And the Snake Man being brought down again by a vicious elbow by Justin Corino. Jawbreaker now by Serpentico. Looking for a moment to regain control here. Back elbow. Kick in the corner now. Serpentico getting the space that he needs. Can he capitalize? Back of the head now. Serpentico up, and Corino goes for a ride. Clothesline missed by Corino. Serpentico off the ropes. DDT! Dropping Corino on his head. Cover now by Serpentico. 2 count only. This is that lucha style that the Snake Man loves to bring to the table. Shot across the jaw of Corino. Corino whipping the Snake Man into the ropes, and a European uppercut, short arm there. A lot more viciousness in that short arm European uppercut. Less distance between the two competitors. Rolled through there by Serpentico. Looked like trying to go for a cover. Snake cutter by Serpentico. Cover again, and a 2 count only as Corino kicks out once again. Beautiful snake cutter there by Serpentico, unable to get the 3 now. Oh, met with a vicious super kick by Corino. Modified buckle bomb-esque maneuver there, throwing the neck and head into the turnbuckle, and now Corino the cover, 2 count only. Corino is shocked. Thought that was all she wrote. The Snake Man has still got some breath left in him. Vicious attacks to the neck, upper spine area of Serpentico. Corino has maintained that throughout the entire matchup. Serpentico pushing Corino off, giving himself that momentary time to breathe and recollect himself, but Corino right back on the attack, meets Serpentico up top. Corino may be a heavenly body, but never exactly was a fan of the top rope, was he? But Serpentico, at home swanton bomb by Serpentico, cover on Corino, and that is all she wrote. 3 count by the Snake Man.
Winner, Serpentico.
Big win by Serpentico to kick off Very Nice, Very Evil here in Rahway. Jam-packed action here at WrestlePro. Look at this here. Corino met Serpentico up top, but Serpentico giving himself that space, knocking Corino off. Beautiful swanton bomb off the top, and that was all the Snake Man needed. 1, 2, 3. The victory secured for Serpentico here in Rahway. But ladies and gentlemen, we are just getting started with Very Nice, Very Evil, a jam-packed night of action tonight, including a gender reveal match. That's right, you heard me right. Team Boy versus Team Girl here in Rahway, New Jersey. We will be having for the first time ever a gender reveal match here in Rahway, New Jersey, as the Team CTE goes against Team Security Inc. Team Girl versus Team Boy. We will find out tonight, as will the family, for the first time ever. The only 2 people who know the gender of the baby. Promoter WrestlePro, Kevin Matthews, and the Doctor. Other than that, no one knows. We're gonna find out here tonight at Very Nice, Very Evil. And as I announced at the top of the show, big change to the big match that was announced. Danhausen versus Dan Maff. No more, as Dan Maff medically unable to compete here tonight. It will be Danhausen versus Richard Holliday, one-on-one, and Deonn Rusman being added to the match between Vargas and Joey Janela, now making that a triple threat. And as announced at Killer Smoke Show, we will have our WrestlePro Women's Championship defended in a first blood match as Lady Frost takes on Rebecca Scott.
Danhausen will go one-on-one with Richard Holliday.
And now Franklin getting ready to keep the action rolling here in Rahway. A WrestlePro debut here tonight.
Introducing first, from South San Francisco, California, weighing in at 196 pounds, Aaron Solo!
Aaron Solo making his WrestlePro debut. A long time coming for this young man. He made his name in this business out on the West Coast. And in 2020, got picked up by AEW. Has made a name for himself there, and now looking to make a name for himself here at WrestlePro. But he's gonna have to do so against one of WrestlePro's most loved. The Hot Stepper. It is deafening here at the Rec Center.
His opponent, representing the Ace of Space Academy, from the city where nobody sleeps. Just tap in and ask where he's at, weighing in at 270 pounds of pure protein. He is the WrestlePro Shotgun Champion, the Big Stepper, Colton Charles.
Colton Charles, the WrestlePro Shotgun Champion and Aaron Solo. Not one for the antics. Not one for Colton Charles' entrance at all. The WrestlePro faithful certainly love it, but Aaron Solo, not one bit. Wants to get business started in this match. We may have started this match off the wrong way. Colton Charles is going to be a bit jazzed up. He didn't get to finish his entrance. And now, shots in the corner by Colton Charles. Aaron Solo hanging off in the Widow's Peak. The tree of woe, I should say, not the Widow's Peak. I apologize. Terrible call by me there. But as I was saying, Colton Charles, our WrestlePro Shotgun Champion. You can catch Shotgun Thursday nights every first Thursday in Union, New Jersey. That beautiful title that Colton Charles carries. But interestingly enough, Colton Charles here at the ringside area all by himself. No one from the Ace of Space Academy out here with him. No LSG, no MSG. He's all by himself for this one. Very interesting. We have seen the budding discontent between the members of the Ace of Space Academy, mostly led by the desire by MSG to do things his own way, the moonshot, wanting to do things very differently than LSG, the leader of the Ace of Space Academy. And Max has kind of been on an island all to himself here when it comes to that. And now Colton Charles catching Solo. Beautiful suplex there, catching him again. A second one. Now some vicious straight shots. Winding up for the big one. Big elbow. Colton Charles setting up in the corner now. Aaron Solo in no man's land. Big splash in the corner. Going for a second one was Charles. Solo got the foot up. But Charles catches him. And a big German suplex. Aaron Solo may be rethinking interrupting the entrance of Colton Charles. Might have wanted to let him get it out, get some energy out of it, because now he's using all that excess energy to put a hurting on Solo. Solo escapes that powerbomb and goes right to the knee of the big man with that chop block. Oh, the screw high kick by Solo, cover. 2 count only. Aaron Solo, what a WrestlePro debut it would be to beat the Shotgun Champion here in Rahway. Solo's got a mountain ahead of him to climb. Choosing now to climb to the top rope, but Charles meeting him up there once again. The offense of Colton Charles starting to wear on the smaller man that is Aaron Solo. This is a power battle that Colton Charles is taking full advantage of. Superplex from the apron. Brings him in the hard way. Catches him. Looks like he was going for a second suplex, and now a torture rack applied by Colton Charles. Solo trying to fight out of it. Charles racks him down, cover in the middle of the ring. 2 count. Solo kicks out once again. And oh, here comes Moonshot. The Ace of Space Academy finally making their way out to ringside and going to Franklin and grabbing the Shotgun Championship. What for?
So put him away. Come on.
He just threw that inside the ring. He told Colton, take the title and do what you gotta do.
You know what you gotta do, Colton.
Tell him you know what you gotta do.
That's right.
Just threw that Shotgun Championship. Colton taking a long, hard look at it. Has Max finally gotten to Colton Charles? Has he finally convinced Colton Charles to follow his way of thinking? Colton's geared up. Colton holding that. This could be a disqualification if he uses it. Colton Charles holds up at the last second. Drops the title. Clothesline Solo instead. Big power bomb by Charles. 2 count only as Solo kicks out. Moonshot beside himself. He thought he had finally gotten through to Colton. I mean, we all thought he'd finally gotten through to Colton Charles. He'd finally convinced a member of the Ace of Space Academy to follow his way of thinking. But Colton Charles thinking otherwise, dropping that title, not going for the disqualification, but Solo just shot across the face with that shotgun championship cover by Solo, not like this. Solo with his first win here at WrestlePro. Aaron Solo taking full advantage of that discarded shotgun championship and knocking Colton Charles right across the head with his own title to secure the 1, 2, 3. And you see Moonshot out there yelling at the fans, if he'd have just listened to me. And again, Moonshot putting his nose into the business of the other members of the Ace of Space Academy, leading to yet another loss. Aaron Solo with a massive win in his debut here at WrestlePro. Moonshot said, you had a shot. If you just listened to me, you'd have won that match. You had a shot, you blew it. This has been brewing for some time now between these two. And LSG nowhere to be seen. He has usually gotten in the middle of these two. Colton holding up once again. Oh my! What the hell is Max thinking? He just clean slapped Colton across the face. The disrespect of MSG. And a big spear by Colton Charles. He has had enough of Moonshot and just sent him into orbit with that massive spear. Colton Charles has had enough of MSG's meddling in his business and in the business of the Ace of Space Academy, and has finally leveled MSG here in Rahway. And you gotta wonder how LSG is gonna respond to this and how Max is gonna respond to this. Oh, Colton's not done! One more time for good measure. Another spear on Moonshot. And Colton Charles finally letting up all that pent-up aggression. He most definitely did beat him up here in Rahway. Colton Charles still your shotgun champion, but took an L today to debuting Aaron Solo thanks to the interference from his stablemate. And you gotta wonder how much longer that stable is gonna be able to keep it together, if LSG is gonna be able to find a way to patch this up between Colton and MSG. It looks like it's reached its zenith, and I think Colton has had enough of MSG. But as we said, later on tonight, we have a massive first blood match. Rebecca Scott Lady Frost one-on-one in a first blood match to determine the WrestlePro Women's Champion. This has come to a head, and it will come to a head in a major way here tonight and later on tonight. A Filipino street fight for the WrestlePro Gold Championship as Fallah Bahh goes one-on-one with CPA. So let's send it back to the ring and Franklin Myers for the rest of our very nice, very evil action.
The very nice, very evil Danhausen going one-on-one with Richard Holliday. But our following contest is a 6-man tag team match, and it is scheduled for one fall.
6-man tag team action coming up next here at very nice, very evil. And here comes the Spartan Pitbull, Nikos Rikos. We have seen a much darker side of the Spartan Pitbull. And here come his tag team partners along with him.
Team number 1 of the Spartan Pitbull, Rikos, the Big Cannoli, Rosario, Grillo, and Yoscifer.
Rosario, Grillo, Yoscifer, and Nikos Rikos, a interesting pairing to say the least here. Italy, Greece, and listen, God knows what culture Yoscifer represents, but it is a very dangerous and very mean one, that's for sure. It's a barbarian of a man. And these three men teaming together tonight to take on Primal Fear, all fight, no flight. They definitely gonna need all the fight they have to take on the three men in the ring, that is for sure. And here they come. Matthew Oman, Adrian Soriano, and Gabriel Hoder.
And introducing their opponents from the Pine Barrens at a combined weight of 609 pounds. The team of Matthew Oman, Adrian Soriano, and Gabriel Hoder. All fight, no flight, Primal Fear!
Now it's always going to be interesting when you see a trio or a tag team taking on a thrown together kind of mixed team. Yoscifer, Rosario, Grillo, and Nikos Rikos. Three men known for their own singles exploits here at WrestlePro. Joining together forces today to take on Primal Fear, and you're gonna have to wonder if the one mind, the singular mission of Primal Fear, a team that has tagged and trioed together on multiple occasions, will overtake the three singles competitors coming together for trios action. But then again, you can think about it the other way. These three singles competitors, all with differing styles, different ways of attack, if that will throw off the more calculated attack of a Primal Fear. They may not be ready for three different methods of attack, three different methods of professional wrestling, three different ways of thinking. You got to get into the minds of three different competitors versus the unified mind of one. Could be more on the plate of Primal Fear here tonight. Bell has rung here. And it looks like Adrian Soriano will be starting against the Spartan Pitbull, Nikos Rikos, and I alluded to it earlier. We have seen this very broken, this very menacing, malicious side of Nikos showing up recently. It's almost like he's not himself half the time. You gotta wonder what version of Nikos Rikos is going to show up at any given moment here at WrestlePro. Tags out to Yoscifer. And the Frozen Man, who feels no fear, who feels no pain sometimes, you would think. He has taken some maneuvers here in the WrestlePro ring and then just got right up. And I'm like, what in the world? How does he take that and not feel any pain at all? Massive shoulder block by Yoscifer. But I think when you've been frozen in ice for as long as Yoscifer was, you know, your nerves kind of become a little dull. You can take a lot more pain. Ducks under that attack by Soriano. Massive swings by Yoscifer, missing. Soriano using his superior speed to evade the attack of Yoscifer, and now the tag to Nikos. Rikos and a swift kick across the jaw by the Spartan Pitbull. Let's match speed with speed, why don't we? And Nikos taking away both members of Primal Fear on the apron and tagging in Grillo. Double back elbow now by Rikos and Grillo. And Primal Fear coming into the ring trying to even the odds up here. And this is six-man tag. There can only be one legal competitor in the ring at a time. Grillo and Nikos trying to maintain traffic, but something's lost in translation there, and Primal Fear taking advantage of the miscommunication here. This is what we were talking about. That singular mind, that unified mind of the trio that is Primal Fear working together. And you see the miscommunication of three men who don't usually team together with anyone, let alone themselves. Yoscifer up and over the hard way. Went for a massive kick and missed. And now Primal Fear, 3 times the kick action. Basement drop kicks by all 3 members of Primal Fear, taking out Rikos, Grillo, and Yoscifer. And you see this well-oiled machine that is Primal Fear working together, no wasted motion. They know exactly where all members of the team are going to be at all times. They know exactly what to do. Going for that one for all. Triple decapitating kick in the middle of the ring. Interrupted by Rikos, saved Grillo from a massive maneuver there. And now Grillo taking advantage. Massive body slam in the middle of the ring by Grillo. Elbow drop. Cover now. 2 count only. That elbow drop was Arthur Avenue approved, that's for sure. Had a little extra marinara on that one. Now Grillo bringing Holder back into their corner, isolating members of Primal Fear. Rikos now in the Pitbull. Doing exactly that. Grillo now going up to the second rope. Covered by Rikos. 2 count only. And now Yoscifer tagging himself in. They are keeping Gabriel Holder isolated to the enemy corner here. Cannot tag in Soriano or Omen. And he has taken quite the beating here from all 3 members of this team. Listen, for a thrown together team, they are doing some damage here tonight. Big splash by Yoscifer, cover. 2 count as Holder kicks out. Once again. He is taking some shots here. But this is why they say Primal Fear is all fight, no flight. They are never going to give up. They're going to do whatever it takes. They're going to take as much of a beating as need be. And now Nikos tagging himself in. Trying to tell Yoscifer, listen, you get out. I tagged in. I got this. I'm the smarter member of the team. Yoscifer didn't look like he took that very nicely. He was very happy with the way that Nikos spoke to him. Clothesline duck. Oh, beautiful maneuver there by Rikos. Cover. 2. And Matthew Omen breaking up that one. Beautiful cold breaker-esque reversal there. He caught Holder coming off those ropes. again, they're just keeping Holder in their corner, keeping him away from his partners. And once again, Rikos cutting him off at the pass. Holder, though, up and over. This may be the opening that he needs, but Grillo gets in the ring. Holder up and over. Tags in Omen. Omen's in. First time the legal man. Taking it right to Rosario Grillo. Under the clothesline, big knee. Omen has seen the type of beating that his teammates have had to endure, and he has had enough. He is ready to go. He is jacked up for this one. Catch the big slam there. Matthew Omen stands alone in the ring and dispatching of Grillo and Rikos, but Yoscifer coming in from parts unknown out here. He was gone for a minute. No one knew where he was and finds his way back in the ring, and now Soriano and Omen looking for a double team, but Yoscifer catches them in a double choke slam. And the big man using his power advantage, and now Rikos and Grillo back in the ring. Once more to the double choke slam. Yoscifer putting Omen and Soriano on their backs. They're staring up at the lights here. Covered now by Grillo, assisted. And broken up by Holder. He's got something left in him. Primal Fear not going down that easy. They have taken quite the beating at the hands of Rikos, Yoscifer, and Grillo. And now Rikos telling Yoscifer, do another choke slam. Do what I tell you to do. And Yoscifer, tired of being pushed around by Nikos. Grillo trying to play peacemaker here. Listen, we're tired, bro. Yoscifer don't want to hear it. He is tired of being bossed around. He has taken out both of his tag team partners. And Yoscifer, he is going after Nikos. Rikos hightailing it. All for one. And one for all. Primal Fear with the win.
Here are your winners, Primal Fear!
3-on-1 Primal Fear. Able to hit that one for all on the lone remaining member of their opponent's team, Rosario Grillo, as Rikos still hightailing it out of the Rec Center, trying to get away from Yoscifer. Primal Fear celebrating with this raucous Rahway crowd. What a win there by Primal Fear. And you gotta wonder what could have happened if Rikos hadn't been just abusing Yoscifer in that ring, yelling at him, telling him what to do, bossing him around. I mean, listen, I'm not gonna yell and boss around a frozen barbarian, man. Primal Fear celebrating up the ramp with a big win here at Very Nice, Very Evil. But as we mentioned earlier tonight, the big match, Danhausen versus Maff, has been changed. Maff medically unable to compete tonight. And so Danhausen will still compete here in WrestlePro for the first time ever, as he will now take on Richard Holliday. Richard Holliday's original opponent, Deonn Rusman, has been added to the former singles match between Vargas and Joey Janela, now a triple threat match. Later on tonight also, our WrestlePro Gold Championship will be defended in a Filipino street fight, as Fallah Bahh will go one-on-one with CPA. But that is all later tonight. Let's go to the ring in Franklin Myers to keep going with Very Nice, Very Evil.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our following contest is scheduled for one fall.
You're breathing a rarefied air.
I guess we're not waiting. Richard Holliday not waiting for later tonight.
Introducing first, from New Haven, Connecticut, weighing in at 237 pounds, you are now breathing in the rarefied air of Richard Holliday!
The last time Richard Holliday walked down that ramp in this building, it wasn't rarefied air it was breathing, it was very stale air. The stale air of a loss at the hands of Killer Kross in the main event of Killer Smoke Show. If you haven't checked that out, go to the WrestlePro YouTube right now and watch WrestlePro's Killer Smoke Show, Richard Holliday versus Killer Kross. And Holliday trying to get back on the right track, trying to get back into the win column here at WrestlePro. Big match change, taking on Danhausen here tonight. Originally scheduled to take on Deonn Rusman. Holliday wanting the chance to ruin this night for Danhausen here tonight. And it will be a battle of the signature move and the groin punch. Who will get their signature maneuver off first? Will it be Richard Holliday on to Danhausen, or will Danhausen go just a little low on Holliday here in Rahway? This WrestlePro crowd reminding Richard Holliday of when he was last here. But you want to talk about very nice, very evil. Here he is.
His opponent from a place very far away, standing in at 6'7", weighing in an upward of 300 pounds. Very nice, very evil, Danhausen!
You know, I verified it earlier. Everybody's always said they don't believe Danhausen's 6'7". I was in the back early tonight. I took out the measuring tape. I measured the man. He, in fact, is 6'7". If you want to be honest with it, he's actually a little bit over 6'7", about 0.2 of an inch over 6'7". But we'll round down to 6'7" and give him that there. Now you gotta wonder how both of these men are adjusting to this match change. Danhausen was getting ready for Dan Maff for weeks. Holliday was getting ready for Rusman. And just about a week ago, I'd say, this match got changed. As I stated, Dan Maff medically unable to compete tonight due to an injury he suffered just a couple of weeks ago. We look forward to seeing Dan Maff back in a WrestlePro ring very, very soon. But right now, it is Danhausen. It is Richard Holliday. Yeah! He's just been cursed! You cursed! A WrestlePro debut of the curse. And Holliday is now cursed. This is a family show, and that's not very appropriate.
Just know, unlike lightning, I can strike whenever.
Holliday saying I can strike with my signature move whenever. And trust me, there are a score of competitors who can attest to that. There is no doubt. Richard Holliday has one of, if not the most devastating signature maneuver in professional wrestling today. But Danhausen with a second curse. He's double cursed. Triple cursed. I have never seen a quadruple cursed. 7, 8, 9, 10. He's been cursed 10 times over. I have never seen anyone cursed that many times. How is Holliday going to be able to get away from 10 curses?
These people seem to like the curse. They like
Danhausen may not swear, but he will curse at you.
If you could humor me, let's try and let's do the curse together.
Holliday saying, well, why don't we curse together? I don't know. Danhausen is trained in the mystical arts of curse. I don't know if Holliday's going to have the same effectiveness with his. Oh! Holliday. The shenanigans. That snake oil salesman, that is Richard Holliday. Poke to the eyes. Danhausen just a little bit too trusting there.
He can curse me. He can curse me. How's this?
But what a night. Danhausen making his WrestlePro debut. And up against all people, Richard Holliday. Oh! Back elbow shot. Now a chop. And here we go, going for 10 shots. Danhausen, 10 in the corner. Big suplex off of Danhausen, very powerful. Very big, very powerful is Danhausen. Big cover. Big cover there by Danhausen. Surprised that Holliday kicked out at 1 there. I thought he definitely had him down for a 3 there. Double clothesline missed there. Cover again by Danhausen, only a 1. Holliday kicks out once again. And Danhausen's got the teeth. Danhausen with those teeth, very effective. I've seen him use those teeth before on opponents, and then the match right there. Danhausen going after Holliday on the outside.
This way! For Richard!
And now, Holliday feeling the effect of those 10 curses. I feel like Holliday has lost a little bit of a step. He's breathing a little heavy. It might just be a result of the 10 curses. I don't know anybody that's been cursed that much. At least not anybody that's been cursed that much and survived. Oh! There you go. That's what I mean. He hadn't been cursed, he'd have made that.
Outsmarted him.
Knuckles across the steel ring post. Might have broken a knuckle there. And now Danhausen. Gotta love those Danhausen dance moves. Some of the best. Holliday sending Danhausen to the middle turnbuckle now. Boots. Boots to the sternum of Danhausen. Holliday is frustrated. Holliday is pissed off. Still pissed off about that loss to Killer Cross here in Rahway. Pissed off at the way that Danhausen's treating him here tonight. Now he wants to make an example out of Danhausen. Stomps at Danhausen and out. Oh no! He just stomped on the cursing hand. Stomped on the fingers. Is Danhausen gonna be able to curse with those fingers messed up? And now using that middle rope. Wrenching down on the back of the neck with his femur. Shots in the corner again onto Danhausen. Shot across the chest. Holliday in complete control now. This is the pace that Holliday wants. This is how Holliday wants to control the match. Oh, big pin by Holliday. Mocking Danhausen. I mean, he doesn't have the strength that Danhausen has. Danhausen does that. It's different. Very big muscles on Danhausen with that pin. Not the same for Holliday.
This is easy. Oh, you want that back?
Danhausen going for those teeth.
You want those?
Holliday cutting them off.
go away from those.
Shot across the side of the neck.
Go away from those.
Big clothesline in the corner. Vicious shot by Holliday. Holliday just got so much pent-up aggression. So pissed off all the time. This is far from the Holliday I've known for the last 7 years. You know, I have seen such a shift in the mentality and the attitude and the personality of Richard Holliday. Oh, Holliday now. He's got Danhausen up. Almost in a Burning Hammer-esque position. Maybe mocking Danhausen's original opponent, Dan Maff. But Danhausen with a backslide. And then a jawbreaker. Big clothesline, but Holliday still standing. Another one. Ring around the Rosie and a big suplex there by Danhausen. Ending the relentless assault of Richard Holliday. Danhausen looking to set himself up here. Big clothesline in the corner by Danhausen. Off the bottom rope and another one. And again. Shall we go for a fourth? One more. Danhausen summoned everything he's got. He's got a little bit of gas in that tank left. He's revving it up. Another one, no. Holliday, choke slam. Danhausen out of it. Boot in the corner by Danhausen. Bulldog. And now Danhausen pointing to the teeth. The Rahway faithful. They want it. Holliday definitely does it. Oh, Holliday went for a signature move and he missed. Cover by Danhausen. 2 count only. Holliday whiffed on that signature move. Danhausen tried to take advantage there. Not enough. Ref Steve getting the teeth out of the way. Danhausen now back on the attack. Oh! Vicious shot from underneath. Vicious uppercut. Power bomb by Holliday. 2. Kick out by Danhausen at 2 9/10. Massive power bomb by Holliday out of nowhere. And now Holliday setting up in the corner. He was stalking Danhausen. He's looking at that elbow, looking at that arm. You know what he wants here. He wants to hit that signature move. The most devastating signature move in professional wrestling.
No signature moves, Holliday. I told you, no signature moves.
And Uncle Steven says, no signature move. Nothing for you. Oh, he almost, groin punch. He punched him in the junk. Covered by Danhausen. And a kick out at 2. Holliday wanted to go low. Well, Danhausen went a little lower. And now, airplane spin. Danhausen raking the eyes by Holliday. Getting out of it. Signature move! The signature move! He caught Danhausen with his signature move. Ref Steve didn't see it, covered by Holliday too. And Danhausen kicked out of the signature move. The otherworldly strength of Danhausen. Kicking out of the signature move. Holliday is beside himself. Danhausen taking advantage. Crucifix roll up, only a 2. Holliday kicks out. Into the corner. Big snap German. And now a mouthful of teeth. dentist for that one. Good night, Hausen. Covered by Danhausen. 2, 3, and a big win in his WrestlePro debut.
Very nice, very evil, Danhausen!
Amongst the ring of teeth, Danhausen emerges victorious in the battle of the groin punch versus the signature move. Danhausen survives it all. Look at that kick. Holliday may have lost a couple of his own teeth there. And right here, that good night Hausen. And in the middle of the ring, amongst the teeth, gets a big 3 count for the first victory in Danhausen's WrestlePro career. What a big debut for Danhausen tonight, defeating Richard Holliday. And Holliday, man, what a losing streak for Richard Holliday. Killer Cross, and now Danhausen here in Rahway, becoming a house of horrors for Holliday. What a WrestlePro debut for Danhausen here tonight in Rahway, defeating Richard Holliday. Hits that good night Hausen and got off his groin, but kicked out of the signature move. Can you believe it? Ladies and gentlemen, as we said, one of only a couple of big matches here tonight. Later tonight, we have a Filipino street fight for the WrestlePro Gold Championship between Fallah Bahh and CPA. And as announced earlier tonight and on social media, for the first time ever, a gender reveal match. Team Boy versus Team Girl live here in Rahway. Let's go back to the ring in Franklin Myers for more action at Very Nice, Very Evil. Franklin should watch out. Some of those teams might actually be Hollidays.
Our featherweight contest is a tag team match, and it is scheduled for one fall.
Tag team action here at Very Nice, Very Evil. And here come the Revolvers Chamber. Last time we saw Downey, last time we saw Ryman in the Revolvers Chamber, they were getting their butts handed to them by the Righteous and Scarlet. Want to know how Ryman's feeling after that Canadian Destroyer by Scarlet in the middle of a WrestlePro ring? Hey, is Downey by himself? Oh, there's Ryman!
Introducing first, at a combined weight of 410 pounds, they're the team of the Problem Child, Brandon Downey, and the Revolver, Alex Ryman, Revolvers Chamber!
As we mentioned at Killer Smoke Show, the Revolvers Chamber inserted themselves into the business of Killer Cross. In our main event, it was Killer Cross and Richard Holliday. The Revolvers Chamber found themselves involved in that match. And it wasn't exactly a happy ending for the Revolvers Chamber, as the Righteous came out and took the fight right back to the Revolvers Chamber. And Alex Ryman was left laying in the middle of the ring after a Canadian Destroyer by Scarlet. Trying to turn their fortunes around here tonight at Very Nice, Very Evil. But what a tag team they will be facing here tonight. Paterson, New Jersey's own, the Silk City Kings, baby.
And introducing their opponents from Paterson, New Jersey, at a combined weight of 430 pounds, the team of Kenny Bangle, Bulldog Pittman, the Silk City Kings.
Ray Pittman, Kenny Bangle, the Silk City Kings. A raucous outpouring of support here from the Rahway faithful for the Silk City Kings, Paterson, New Jersey's own. They have made quite the impression to the WrestlePro faithful for sure, especially throughout this summer. They have been staples at Shotgun Thursday night, which again you can catch every first Thursday live in Union, New New Jersey, shotgun Thursday night. The Silk City Kings have made quite a statement there in Union, made their presence known, and now here in Rahway, trying to cement their place in the tag team division of WrestlePro. And you know our WrestlePro tag team champions sent to slaughter, watching this match, scouting what looks to be future competition on both ends. The Revolvers Chamber has definitely made a name for themselves, made themselves very well known here in Rahway. The Silk City Kings looking to do the same tonight. Now, for all the rhetoric and all the Manson-esque kind of shenanigans, oh, backslide cover here by Bengal. Only a one. Oh, gets another one here. One count again as Ryman kicks out. I'll get back to that point in a second. Crossbody by Bengal. Cover on Ryman. 2 count now. Ryman kicks out. As I said, for all the Manson-like shenanigans and rhetoric that Ryman spews out there in the Revolvers Chamber, you know, him and Downey are a very good team, have come together very well. Downey has impressed leaps and bounds under the leadership of Ryman. Well, not so much there. Meeting of the minds the hard way. Downey, the legal man, as Bengal takes the offense to the arm of Downey. But a young Brandon Downey has definitely grown exponentially under the leadership of Ryman. Look at that, double team maneuver. Cover by Pittman. Ray Pittman, Kenny Bengal, the Silk City Kings. Have made their name up and down New Jersey. Like I said, looking to do the same here in the WrestlePro Tag Team Division here in Rahway. Listen, Thursday nights in Union, that's one thing. But under the lights here in Rahway is a whole nother thing. Ryman and Downey have been here. They've been here under these lights. Silk City Kings looking to make themselves instant players in the tag team division. Bengal over the top rope there. And now Ryman using the ringside area to his advantage. Down in and, oh, Ryman dropping the elbow from the apron. Out of nowhere. And now Ryman telling the referee, count him. Kenny Bengal is the legal participant. He can be counted out here. And Ryman will take the victory. Ryman doesn't care. Ryman doesn't care if he gets a pinfall, a submission, a DQ. As long as he's walking out of here with a W, Ryman does not care whatever nefarious way it comes about. And once again, keeping Bengal on the outside. And Downey, instructed by Ryman, going after Bengal. Bengal shot across the chest. Bengal making his way back into the ring here. Slingshot up and over. Sunset flip, cover with a blind tag to Downey. Ryman's not the legal man, but Bengal didn't know that. Downey with a kick, covered by Downey. 2 count. Bengal did not see the blind tag behind the back of Ryman by Downey. But Ryman knew exactly what had happened and played right into the feint. And now the Revolvers Chamber keeping Bengal isolated in the far corner. Ryman up on the second rope. Big elbow. Staring daggers to the heart of Pittman. I'll tell him Bengal, reach for it. Go ahead. Go ahead, reach for your partner. These are the kinds of mind games that Ryman likes to play. Tag now to Downey. Again, keeping Bengal isolated in that far corner, far from Pittman. Elbow clothesline shot there. Power slam by Ryman. Knocking Pittman off the apron. Downey now going in for the cover. 2 count. Bengal kicks out. Smart move by Ryman there, getting the tag team partner off the apron, making it harder for him to possibly break up the pin. Bengal needed to kick out there, did at the last minute. But a smart move by Ryman. Say what you want about how Ryman and Downey and the Revolvers Chamber carry themselves, the way they talk, the way they act. They are smart. They know what they're doing. Bengal fighting back. It's almost been 2-on-1 for the last couple of minutes in this matchup here. Tag again to Ryman. Bengal up and over on Downey, under on Ryman. Tornado DDT using Downey as leverage. This is the opportunity that Bengal needs to make that tag. If he can get to Pittman, this can change the entire complexity of the match. And he does. Pittman's in. Goes right after Ryman. Stiff right to Downey and another one. Super kick taking out Downey. Knee to Ryman. And Pittman is fired up. Taking out both members of the Revolvers Chamber. Cover on Ryman. And Downey breaking it up. Downey close enough to break up that pin. And now Downey laying him in on Pittman. And here's the thing, they've done enough damage to Kenny Bengal that they have a bit of a 2-on-1, but Bengal back in it. Downey holding his own here. And a year ago, you couldn't have told me this about Downey. It's grown so much in a year. Taken down by the Silk City Kings is Downey now. Double team maneuver. The Kings now trying to find an advantage. Ryman inserting himself back in. Bengal doesn't see it. Double kick. Bengal set to the outside. Pop-up power bomb. Curb stomp by Downey, covered by Ryman. 1, 2, 3. The Revolvers Chamber gets the win.
Here are your winners, the Revolvers Chamber.
The Revolvers Chamber with a big win here at Very Nice, Very Evil. Keeping a 2-on-1 advantage for most of the match. Look at it here. Bengal sent to the outside, pop-up powerbomb by Ryman, rolling him right into that curb stomp by Downey. And the cover on Pittman in the middle of the ring was all Ryman needed for the 1, 2, 3. The Revolvers Chamber with a big victory here, washing the stink of that beatdown at the hands of the righteous off of them. What is next for the Revolvers Chamber here at WrestlePro? But ladies and gentlemen, we are just moments away from a massive first blood match for the WrestlePro Women's Championship. Lady Frost, Rebecca Scott, it is coming to a head. It has reached its zenith. And tonight, a first blood match. That's right, you heard me right. A first blood match. The first woman to be made to bleed will lose the match here tonight. Lady Frost putting that WrestlePro Women's Championship on the line against Rebecca Scott. Rebecca getting what she wanted, a shot at the title, but in a first blood match. What a night we have, what a match we have coming up. Let's send it back to Franklin in the ring.
Big Shotty Lee Johnson, and in our main event of the evening, it is the WrestlePro Gold Championship in a Filipino street fight with CPA looking to defend his title against Fallah Bahh. But our featherweight contest is scheduled for one fall.
Can't believe what we have coming tonight, a Filipino street fight, a first blood match. It's gonna get crazy here tonight at WrestlePro. Before we get there, singles action. As the Dark One, Dark STG, gets ready to enter the Rahway Rec Center. Always unnerved by this entrance. You never know where Dark STG is gonna come from. No!
Introducing first, from parts unknown, weighing in at 266 pounds, Dark STG!
Dark STG making his way to the ring. The Rahway faithful cheering him on.
And introducing his opponent, representing Shane Taylor Promotions from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 196 pounds, Captain Shawn Dean!
The captain, Shawn Dean, coming out to the ring for singles action against Dark STG. The last time we saw the captain here in action at WrestlePro, it was in tag team action. Now getting to see him in singles competition here tonight. What a challenge ahead for both men. Dark STG, not an easy opponent to face. The psychological battle that you've got to face going up against a man that powerful, that scary, that just otherworldly. But the captain, man, has seen action that would give most men pause. Again, the last time we saw Captain Shawn Dean here, the infantry were in tag team action against Serpentico and Magnifico here in Rahway. 1/3 of the Ring of Honor 6-man champions. Taking the fight to Dark STG. He is not holding back, that's for sure. Definitely going to be a power versus speed game here. The captain's going to have to stay on top of it. Stay a step ahead of Dark STG. If Dark STG is able to run the power game on the captain, it may be. And that's what I mean. It may be a hurting on the captain. Dark STG catching him on that dive to the outside. And there you go, the captain sending Dark STG into the ring post, giving himself some space, giving himself a moment to breathe. Big slam there by Dark STG. The captain on the wrong end of that one. Cover and a 2 count only by Dark STG. Again, this is not the kind of battle you want to get into. You do not want to get into a power struggle against Dark STG. For everything the captain's got in his arsenal, I don't know if he's got anything to neutralize that power. If you go power versus power, now fold it up, thrown into that corner there. This crowd well behind Dark STG. Still reeling from seeing Fallah Bahh turn his back on STG After all this time, Dark Fallah Bahh, no more. Oh! Dark STG, massive back elbow cover. 2 count only. We will see his former tag team partner in action later tonight in a Filipino street fight for the WrestlePro Gold Championship, as Fallah Bahh will take on, once again, WrestlePro Gold Champion CPA. Big splash in the corner by Dark STG. Sending the captain to the other side. Going for another one, but the captain gets a foot up. Back elbow now by the captain. STG missing a clothesline. The captain with a couple of shots of his own. European uppercut there. Hammer shot missed by STG. Flying line by the captain. Captain gonna have to find some throwback from the streets of Chicago to aid him in this one. Slingshot spear on the Dark STG. Goaded him in. Covered by the captain here. 2. Kick out by Dark STG. And now the captain right back on the offensive. Booed up again in the corner by the captain, stopping Dark STG in his tracks. Oh, STG caught him with that choke slam. Connected in the middle of the ring, covered by the Dark One. 2 count only as the captain kicks out. There's one thing we know, the captain is going to keep fighting. Going for a windmill close. DDT dropped him right on the top of his head. The captain now setting up the Mach 10. Calls that the Mach 10, cover 2, 3, and the captain puts down the Dark One.
Here is your winner, Captain Sean D.
Captain Sean Dean fighting through everything the Dark One threw at him. Hit him with a Mach 10. Right here, you'll see it. The captain kipping up. Setting him up right here, the Dark One, for that Mach 10. And he wasn't getting up from that one. 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the WrestlePro ring. The captain getting the one-on-one victory and quickly getting out of Dodge. Wants nothing to do with the Dark One after that one. Got his victory, and he is going to the back. I am not dealing with that one anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time now, as we've been saying all night long, it is time now for our first blood match. The Women's WrestlePro Championship. Lady Frost, Rebecca Scott. This has been going on for months. Months on it, Rebecca J. Scott has been upset. Felt like she has been passed over time and time again, and she is coming after Frost once and for all, and what a way it has gotten. It has exploded to this moment. A first blood match here in Rahway for the WrestlePro Women's Championship. Frost, Scott, first blood. Very nice, very evil.
And we also still for the WrestlePro Garden State Championship, El Técnico Supremo, El Magnifico, looks to challenge the WrestlePro Garden State Champion, Big Flex, J-Heru. But ladies and gentlemen, our following contest is a first blood match, and it is for the WrestlePro Women's Championship. introducing first, the challenger from Jersey City, New Jersey, Rebecca J. Scott, or JS.
Rebecca J. Scott technically did get a shot at that WrestlePro Women's Championship at Killer Smoke Show. Unfortunately, Frost and her could not get it in the ring. The fight went on and on and on until it was just thrown out a no contest. And we have gotten to this point now, a first blood match. And listen, I don't know if this is psychological or if this is just, you know, her not making great fashion choices, but wearing almost all white for a first blood match. You'd think she might want to wear a dark color, maybe hide the fact that she does get a cut, a scrape, or something like that, wearing all white. That blood's gonna show, and you know that Frosty is out for blood. 422 days as the WrestlePro Women's Champion in her second reign.
And her opponent from Imperial Iceland, she is the Queen of Murder Gymnastics and the current reigning and defending WrestlePro Women's Champion, Lady Frost!
Combined 834 days, Lady Frost, across 2 reigns, has been the WrestlePro Women's Champion. She was the inaugural WrestlePro Women's Champion all the way back in November of 2022. She held that title until December of 2023, 412 days in her first reign. Oh, Rebecca Scott just using the title right off the bat, and that might be it. She could have busted her open right there. Referee ringing the bell. She did not. Remember, this is a first blood match. The first woman to bleed, the first woman to be made to bleed will lose this match. The goal is not pinfall, submission. The goal is to make your opponent bleed, and these women are gonna have to do everything in their power with anything they can get their hands on to do so. Rebecca J. Scott already went for that championship right off the rip, and now she's got a bacon sheet. Across the back of Frost. Listen, there's a lot of things Murder Gymnastics can help you with. Not necessarily gonna help you be able to take a shot across the back like that. Rebecca J. Scott has shown that she will do anything it takes to rip that title away from Lady Frost. We're gonna have to see if she can make her bleed here tonight. And now Frost with the baking sheet. Shots across the arm, the back. Drop kick. Right into the abdominal area of Rebecca J. Scott. And now, that kendo stick, taped up in red and black, is Frost. And you hear the Rahway faithful, Frost is gonna kill you. And you gotta think Rebecca Scott knew what she was getting into, and now, Rebecca with that kendo stick across the jaw. Frosty is wrenching back on it. Face first across the kendo stick, and the referee checking. Listen, if she bleeds from the mouth, it's still bleeding. It doesn't have to be just an outward cut. If she is bleeding in any way, shape, or form, she will lose this match. Both women going for big kicks, missing. Both women swinging for the fences here. They need every big shot they can get this fight now on the outside. This fight can go anywhere. This fight can go outside the ring, outside the building, into the backstage area. The referee will have to follow it. We'll do our best to keep up with it as well. But this match does not have to end in the ring. You gotta, oh! Frost has got a, I think that's half of a 2x4 left over from the last time Hacksaw was here. And now Frosty just stalking Rebecca J. Scott, and you gotta wonder if Rebecca has finally started to realize that maybe she bit off a little bit more than she wants to chew. Because Frosty looks like she's in her element, that's for sure. Suplex on the outside here. And you gotta wonder what lengths will these women go to make the other, and Frosty is pulling out a ladder. Oh Lord. Frost and ladders. You knew she'd try to fly somehow tonight. Frost going back outside and collecting Rebecca J. Scott, bringing her back in. Again, you gotta be careful with what you decide to use in the match tonight because your opponent can use it to their advantage. So you gotta be very careful with what you bring in and whether or not you're able to capitalize on its usage. Frost tried to come off the second. Scott caught her. Snap German there, dumped her right on the back of her neck. And now, like I said, Scott using the ladder to her own advantage. Tornado DDT. Dropping Frost on the top of her head. There's still some excess teeth in the ring from that Danhausen Holliday match. You gotta watch out. One of those teeth get lodged somewhere and make you bleed. Scott brought something out with her to begin the match and hid it under the ring. Nobody knows what's in that mysterious box that Scott brought to the ring with her. Now Scott looks like she's looking under the ring for something. Frost trying to get to her feet. That snap German on the back of her neck and then that tornado DDT onto the top of her head. Her equilibrium is definitely shaken here. Scott taking a breather, taking her time to get back in that ring. Now going back under the ring. If this was any other match, Frost, the referee would probably stop it. Frost looks a little loopy here, and Scott's got a chair. Scott setting up that chair in the far corner. Frosty finally regaining her senses here and shooting right, shooting left, chops across. Oh, vicious kick to the side of the head. You heard that all the way up in Newark. And there's some murder gymnastics for you by our champion. Frost pulling Scott into the drop zone and placing the chair over her. Listen, Frost has got to be, this is not a pinfall or submission match. And if Frost hits this the wrong way and Frost busts herself open. Moonsault! The temperature drop with the chair draped across the body of Rebecca Scott. And again, if this was just a no DQ match where you still had to get that pinfall or submission, I mean, Frost, I think, would have won the match right there. But this is a first blood match. She's got to make Rebecca bleed. And be careful to not make herself bleed in the process. And now these two trading shots in the middle of the ring. And Frost getting Scott up. Oh! What a shot by Scott. And a receipt by Frost. Big kick by Rebecca J. Scott. Caught. But catches Frost on the backside with that enziguri. And now Rebecca J. Scott back out. Listen, smart by Scott. Smart by Scott. Go outside the ring, take a breather, catch your breath, get away from Frost, and get some more weapons, why don't you? Scott has got a trash can and throws it into the ring. Her aim is true, right across the face of Frost. But here's the problem. Took too long to get in the ring. Frost grabbed it. Scott bicycle kick gets it out of Frost's hands. All right, don't need that anymore. Garbage can is gone. That ladder that Lady Frost set up in the corner earlier in this match. Rebecca J. Scott now trying to use it herself. Ladies dueling suplexes here. Oh, vicious headbutt. You see Frost checking herself there. Make sure she didn't get busted open on that headbutt. Whoa! The athleticism of the WrestlePro Women's Champion cartwheeling into that one. Got her set up. Death Valley driver into the corner onto the ladder. Death Valley driver by Lady Frost onto Rebecca Scott. That ladder in the corner still paying dividends for Lady Frost. But none of these women, as far as I can see, have yet to bleed. First blood match for the WrestlePro Women's Championship. First woman to bleed will walk out of here WrestlePro Women's Champion. And Rebecca Scott, that's the box she brought to ringside with her. That is the box, the mysterious box that she brought to the ringside area and hid under the ring during her entrance. I don't even want to begin to know what's in there. Frost on the other side of the ring gets into the ring now. Spin kick by Frost. Frost now climbing to the top. Rebecca Scott meeting her up there, cutting her off at the pass. And Scott going back to that box. She's taken out of there. What the heck is that? Is that a beer bottle? She smashed her with a beer bottle across the face. That beer bottle exploded into 1,000 shards. Frost rolled out of the ring immediately, but she caught her flush. Rebecca Scott caught Lady Frost flush across the face as she flew off that top rope. The referee going outside to check on Frost. Rebecca Scott with that sadistic smile on her face. A sick and twisted smile. She brought, oh my God. Frost is busted open. Frost is busted open.
Ladies
The
and
referee has
gentlemen,
called
here is
it.
your winner and the new WrestlePro Women's Champion, Rebecca J. Scott.
And Rebecca Scott has ended the 422-day reign of Lady Frost. Rahway is seeing red as Lady Frost is busted wide open. My God, we have a brand new WrestlePro Women's Champion. And it is a very sick and twisted Rebecca J. Scott. Frost, the face of Lady Frost covered in the crimson mask. A crimson mask of defeat as Lady Frost, the second reign of her women's title run ended tonight. And very nice, very evil. 2 times, Lady Frost has had herself atop the women's division here at WrestlePro. A combined 834 days over 2 reigns as the WrestlePro Women's Champion. This one, a 422-day reign, ended by the sadistic Rebecca J. Scott. That beer bottle shot across the face. There's a million shards of a beer bottle in that ring. And the Crimson Mask of Defeat being worn by Lady Frost. And you know what? Something tells me that Frost is not done with Rebecca Scott. Ladies and gentlemen, a brand new WrestlePro Women's Champion. I can't believe it. Rebecca J. Scott is the new Women's Champion here at WrestlePro.
But ladies and gentlemen, our following contest is scheduled for one fall. And it is for the WrestlePro Garden State Championship.
Magnifico, your abuela's favorite wrestler, getting a shot one-on-one for the Garden State Championship. And for the first time in his reign as Garden State Champion, J-Heru is actually defending the title in a singles match. And here is your reigning, defending WrestlePro Garden State Champion, J-Heru. Won that title in a dog collar match against LSG and a Shotgun Thursday night in Union, New Jersey, the very first Thursday of every month. In Union, New Jersey, you can catch WrestlePro Shotgun Thursday night. And it was there in Union, New Jersey, where J-Heru in a vicious dog collar match against LSG captured his very first championship, the WrestlePro Garden State title. And since then has defended that championship against not 1, 2, 3, 4, but 10 different competitors in multi-person matches. More than that, actually. I'm just thinking about Rahway.
Introducing first, the challenger. To my left, from La Casa de Abuelita in Silloa, New Jersey, he is El Técnico Supremo, El Magnifico! And his opponent, to my right, from Jersey City, New Jersey, weighing in at 210 pounds, he is the current reigning and defending WrestlePro Garden State Champion, Big Flex J-Heru.
And again, for the first time here in Rahway, J-Heru defending that Garden State Championship in a singles matchup. Primarily defended that title. Oh, went for that Haruza kick. Magnifico out of the way, and he got it. He got it, the Haruza kick. Cover 1, 2, kick out by Magnifico. Magnifico ducked that Haruza kick at first, went for a sliced bread, it looked like. Heru got out of it, Cover there again, 2 count only. Heru has told me he feels disrespected ever since winning that Garden State Championship. He's been placed in multi-person matches and has faced multiple opponents at once. Hasn't been given the respect he deserves as a champion. In fact, talking to me earlier about this match against El Magnifico, said he doesn't understand why Magnifico gets cheered as much as he is. To him, in the words of J-Heru, Magnifico's a loser. He hasn't done anything, he hasn't won anything. J-Heru won a championship. He beat a cornerstone of WrestlePro and LSG in a vicious dog collar match. What does he have to do for the fans to cheer for him? He feels like he's earned it, he deserves it, and he doesn't understand why people like El Magnifico are getting all of this adulation from the WrestlePro faithful. Magnifico, though, fighting here. Every time he has faced J-Heru in a singles match, Magnifico has found a way to come out ahead. But J-Heru, when facing Magnifico in multi-person action, has found a way to escape with a win. Magnifico once again looking for that sliced bread, and Heru finding his way out of it. Does not want to get caught with that, that's for sure. Big elbow by Big Flex. Cover now by Heru. 2, kick out by El Magnifico. The Técnico Supremo. Incredible hybrid style of El Magnifico. Great technician as well as a high flyer here at WrestlePro.
No! No! Set up!
Following in the footsteps and the legacy of some of the great fan favorite performers here at WrestlePro. Oh, look at that. Shots to the back of the quad. And now, Heru using his power advantage against Magnifico, but Magnifico now using his speed and agility. The educated feet and hands of El Técnico Supremo. Once again going for that sliced bread. Once again unsuccessful. Bulldog. No, by Magnifico. Cover here for a new Garden State champion. 2 count only as Heru gets a shoulder up. Heru definitely would love to make a statement here. His first singles match as Garden State champion. Would love to walk out with that championship just like he walked in. Show the WrestlePro faithful, WrestlePro management that he is a champion that deserves adulation and respect. Big victory here would do just that. Magnifico going up, tilt the world, sets him up on the second rope. Goes for that 619, but Heru getting out of the way. And now Magnifico over the top. Oh, caught by Heru. And body slam on the outside. Don't be fooled, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, there is padding there on the outside, but that padding not very thick. You can still feel every single inch of that wooden floor, that hard floor underneath. Heru now on the outside. Champion's advantage, will not lose the championship via countout if this match ends in such a fashion. Gets Magnifico back in the ring. Heru the cover to retain the Garden State title and a kick out by Magnifico. J-Heru, considers himself the Tony Montana of WrestlePro. That he'll take all the shots. He'll take all the bullets and still be standing at the end of it. Snap suplex. And Heru Keeping it locked in. A second one, going for a three amigos possibly. Setting up a third one. Magnifico reverses it into a spike DDT. Magnifico rolls over to the cover for new champion. Kick out by J-Heru. Big spike DDT from Magnifico. That was a moment. He almost had that one there. Magnifico now. Going up top, but J-Heru cutting him off. J-Heru still got some gas in that tank there. That championship tank's not on empty just yet. Massive slam from the top. Magnifico writhing in pain. J-Heru now. Going to the outside, and J-Heru going. Now this is unfamiliar territory for the champion. J-Heru not exactly known as a high flyer. Going up, big splash by J-Heru. Cover to retain. And Magnifico kicks out. Our Garden State champion is beside himself. Massive splash by J-Heru. Absolutely flattened Magnifico, and Magnifico kicking out. And now J-Heru trying to set Magnifico up here. Kick to the breadbasket. Went for that sliced bread again. Reversal by J-Heru. Tried to roll over. Oh! Ate a shot there. And Magnifico! Sliced bread! Sliced bread! Cover, 1, 2! Kick out! Kick out by J-Heru. He caught him with that sliced bread. He's been going for that all night long. Finally caught him, but it wasn't enough. Magnifico now with an opportunity, drop kick. J-Heru set up on the second rope. One more time. 6, 1, 9. And J-Heru is motionless in the ring. Magnifico up top. Magnifico splash. Cover. 1, 2, 3. And we've got a brand new Golden State champion.
Here is your winner and the new WrestlePro Golden State champion, El Magnifico.
We have got a brand new WrestlePro Garden State champion. Look at this here. The Magnifico splash onto J-Heru. 1, 2, 3. That was all she wrote. The reign of J-Heru is over. The reign of Magnifico has begun. WrestlePro has a brand new Garden State champion. On the same night that we crowned a brand new women's champion in Rebecca J. Scott, we have now seen our second title change in as many title defenses. El Magnifico captured the WrestlePro Garden State Championship. Ah, how about that?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our following contest is a triple threat match and it's for the #1 contendership for the WrestlePro Gold Championship!
My God, what a night we have had here at Very Nice, Very Evil. We've had 2 title changes already, and we've got another title match coming later tonight. But right now, we are going to crown a #1 contender for the WrestlePro Gold Championship. Late developing news. We found this out just a couple of moments ago.
Introducing first, from Santo Domingo, the Dominican Republic, weighing in at 300 pounds, he is the Dominican Destroyer. This is Vargas!
A match that started as a singles match, announced as Joey Janela one-on-one against the Dominican Destroyer Vargas, turned into a triple threat match as Deonn Rusman added to the match after the change to Danhausen's opponent. Now we find out just a couple of moments ago that this triple threat match will now crown a new #1 contender for the WrestlePro Gold Championship.
Next, from Missoula, Alaska, weighing in at 259 pounds, he is the Iceberg, Deonn Rusman!
2 men who have already been WrestlePro Gold Champion before. 2 men who are no strangers to each other. The Dominican Destroyer Vargas and the Iceberg. The man who set Alaska on fire, Deonn Rusman. In fact, it was Vargas, back in WrestlePro Anarchy, who ended the reign of Deonn Rusman.
Weighing in at 210 pounds, he is the bad boy, Joey Janela!
Deonn Rusman, who won the WrestlePro Gold Championship back in 2021 and held it all the way until 2023. A 952-day reign as WrestlePro Gold Champion, lost that title when Vargas inserted himself into a triple threat match and won that match, turned it into a 4-way TLC match, won that match, and the Dominican Destroyer then went on for the next 315 days and maintained his status as the WrestlePro Gold Champion. Oh! Rusman definitely has not forgotten the things that Vargas has cost him. These 2 men went to war in Alaska. They've gone to war here in Rahway. And now you add the bad boy, the Jersey legend, Joey Janela, into the mix. One of these 3 men will walk out here tonight, ending 2025 as the #1 contender for the WrestlePro Gold Championship. 2 of these men have won that championship, held that championship before. Joey Janela, the only man who has not won. But Joey Janela has been on fire as of late, defeating who's who of opponents up and down across the country. Winning titles in his own right, and Rusman now showing off his freak athleticism. Rusman, a hidden gem for a long time in WrestlePro Alaska, came to Rahway and captured the hearts and minds of the WrestlePro faithful, set Rahway on fire, the same way he did Alaska. Oh, a massive deal by the Destroyer. Rusman has felt this before. And you got to think how this matchup has changed. Janela and Vargas were getting ready for each other for weeks and weeks on end. You can imagine the destruction those two men had planned for each other. And now the wild card, the unexpected addition of Deonn and Rusman to this match. Now a triple threat match. And now you add in the new stipulation of becoming the #1 contender for the championship. So much has changed in this match in such a short period of time. Double suplex by the Destroyer. The Dominican Destroyer taking out both Janela and Rusman. Which one of these men will walk out of here? Will end the year as the #1 contender for the WrestlePro Gold Championship. That title will be decided tonight in a Filipino street fight. Later tonight in our main event as our champion CPA goes one-on-one against Fallah Bahh. One of these men will be awaiting the winner of that match when we enter 2026. The bad boy, Joey Janela. Using Rusman. Flying to the outside. Taking out Vargas. But he didn't get all of it. Clipped a little bit of the top rope on the way down. Did not get all of that dive as he wanted to. But the bad boy getting right back up. The bad boy has had his share of nasty falls in his career. And he has definitely kept getting back up. He did it one more time here tonight. Kick to Vargas. Now taking it to Rusman in the ring. One-on-one right now. Vargas back in the ring now. Janela has taken control of this match. Moonsault taking out both men. The bad boy standing tall. What a moment it would be for Joey Janela to win this match, become the #1 contender for the WrestlePro Gold Championship. And you know Janela, he doesn't care. He doesn't care if it's CPA. He doesn't care if it's Fallah Bahh. He doesn't care who wins tonight's street fight. He'll take on anybody. Hell, he'll take both of them on if he had to. Janela's just that crazy. No, stiff right. Right across the jaw of Rusman. Bike DDT. On to Rusman and a super kick for Vargas. And Janela is running rampant on this match here. He is just king of the match right now. Triple threat rules, no disqualifications, no countouts. Anything goes. It's pinfall or submission only. And they are keeping Vargas down. Janela making a point to keep Vargas out and down in this match. Cover on Rusman to become #1 contender. Kick out at 2 by Rusman. Janela, a Jersey legend, that is for sure. No one doubts that. Every single time Janela goes out there, he proves his legitimacy. Oh, roll through cover by Rusman. Kick out at 2 by Janela. Oh! Janela's got Rusman down, going up to the top rope. I think he's looking for a moonsault, now looking for something, but he didn't see Vargas up until just now. Roll through. Vargas with the Destroyer drop. That big Dominican Destroyer drop there. And now, looked like he was looking for another one on Rusman. These two powerhouses trading shots. Listen, Rusman is sneaky strong. Oh! Turned inside out by that clothesline. Janela now, standing up to Vargas. Rusman temporarily taken out of the equation. Big spear! Rusman from out of the corner. Spearing Vargas. Ergo dropping Janela, who was in suplex position. All three men are down. Vargas trying to summon all the strength he can from the Rahway faithful, and Vargas the first man to sit up. Vargas now, shot to Rusman. Janela and him trading shots. Now all three men, haymakers, just throwing bombs at each other in the middle of the ring. All three of these men want to become the #1 contender for the gold championship. Vargas and Rusman would love to recapture that championship. Janela would love to capture it for the very first time. Janela off the shoulders, cutter! Cutter by Janela. Big boot by Janela. Shot to the midsection, and now trying to use Rusman as a platform. Was not successful. Splash and cover by Vargas. 2 count only. Janela, just the craziness of Janela, the crazy antics. He tried to use the back of Rusman as a platform to springboard onto Vargas. Couldn't maintain his footing, and Vargas tried to capitalize that massive splash. Rusman and Vargas now, middle of the ring. Adding another chapter to the vicious book that is the war between the Iceberg and the Destroyer. Vargas up, but Vargas is teetering. Rusman trying to lift the Destroyer up. Not enough. Destroyer's had enough left to block that one now. Going for a powerbomb, Rusman out of it. Rusman got him up! I told you he was sneaky strong! That damn Iceberg! Cover 1, 2! Janela breaks it up off the top! Rusman would have had it there! I told you, Rusman was sneaky strong. I've seen the man lift bigger men on his shoulders, and it shocks me every time. The bad boy bleeding from the mouth. Janela, Rusman trading shots in the middle of the ring here. Big forearm. Right to the already bleeding mouth of Janela. Janela out of the way in the corner. Tried to catch Rusman. Rusman tried to counter. Janela out with a super kick and a massive spear by Rusman. Sends Janela in and down. Cover by Rusman. Vargas! German suplex to break the pin up. And now the power bomb by the Destroyer bomb. And that is it. Vargas is your new #1 contender.
Contender for the WrestlePro Gold Championship, Vargas.
Destroyer is your #1 contender for the WrestlePro Gold Championship, and here's how he did it. A massive destroyer bomb onto the Iceberg Deonn Rusman. And 1, 2, 3, Vargas has his sights set on that WrestlePro Gold Championship one more time. And if CPA can survive the Filipino street fight later tonight, we may get the rematch. The man who took the title from Vargas, CPA, will meet the Destroyer once again. But again, that is if CPA can retain that championship later tonight in a Filipino street fight. The Destroyer awaits either Fallah Bahh or CPA on the other side as your #1 contender.
Our following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 250 pounds, he is the most trusted man in professional wrestling and the Silver Sniper, T.J. Crawford.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I don't trust T.J. Crawford. The man still owes me 20 bucks. He told me he'd pay me 6 months ago. Tonight, T.J. Crawford in singles action against Lee Johnson. And for all that said about T.J. Crawford, it has to be said, the level of talent this young man has, the Silver Sniper for a reason, one of the most gifted, if not the most gifted strikers on the independent scene today. But he's about to go one-on-one with Big Shotty.
And introducing his opponent, representing the Swirl, from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 189 pounds, Big Shotty Lee Johnson.
Big Shotty Lee Johnson. A young man with a very high ceiling. Trained by two men who know all the ins and outs of this business. QT Marshall, AR Fox. Two men that don't get heralded as much as they should be, but are two of the very best, some of the best wrestlers you have seen, whether they are on television or on the independents, have been trained by QT Marshall and or AR Fox, and you might not even know it. But tonight, you're going to see one of them, Big Shotty Lee Johnson, here in a WrestlePro ring against T.J. Crawford.
But do they do this?
T.J. Crawford, Lee Johnson, one-on-one here. Very nice, very evil as the night goes on. Later tonight, in our main event, the WrestlePro Gold Championship will be decided in a Filipino street fight as our champion CPA goes one-on-one against Fallah Bahh, and the question will be if CPA can reverse the trend here tonight. Every title that has been on the line here tonight in WrestlePro has changed hands. Will we see a brand new WrestlePro Gold champion tonight, or will CPA be the first WrestlePro champion to retain his title tonight? As we end the 2025 year here at WrestlePro, looking into 2026, we have a brand new Garden State champion in El Magnifico, a brand new women's champion in Rebecca J. Scott. We know who the next contender for our gold championship will be in the Dominican Destroyer, Vargas. Lee Johnson and TJ Crawford trying to put themselves in contention for one of those championships. Lee Johnson, TJ Crawford, two young men with a whole lot of miles ahead of them, a whole lot of years ahead of them. Two young men that are going to be faces of the future in this business for sure. TJ Crawford came back from a massive injury that could have ended his career, reinvented himself, became even more vicious. Focused on his striking, his technical prowess in the ring. You may call him the most trusted man in professional wrestling. I call him one of the most dangerous men in professional wrestling. Lee Johnson has been honing his craft in AEW, looking for that big breakout moment. TJ Crawford gonna put him through the ringer here today, that's for sure. Crawford looking to put that notch on his resume. Hey, I beat Lee Johnson. I beat a guy with an AEW contract. Where's mine? Crawford now getting Lee Johnson out of the corner, setting him up, and this is that technical prowess of one TJ Crawford. Big stretch, look at him. Digging that elbow into the obliques, into the rib cage of Lee Johnson. Extremely painful. The stretch itself, extremely painful, but now the digging in of the elbow. Lee trying to hip toss reverse out of it. Crawford seeing it. Oh, beautiful exchange there. Johnson now. Black hole sidewalk slam variation there by Lee. Cover by Johnson. Kick out at 2 by Crawford. Johnson now trying to whip Crawford off the ropes. Crawford gripping that top rope. Vicious back elbow by Lee Johnson. He's trying to get his bearings about him, trying to give himself moments to breathe. Lee back on the attack, and Crawford once again. He's got a death grip on that top rope, not letting go. Oh, vicious European uppercut. Getting those short arm European uppercuts, a lot more force on them. Oh! Crawford now, basement drop kick to the outside. Sending Lee back in. Oh, went for that set to stun. That double springboard stunner. Missed. Snap suplex there by Crawford. Vicious kick into the corner. Across the neck. 2 count only on that one. Trying to get Lee Johnson nice and, oh my! Cover once again by Crawford, 2 count again. Focusing all of his offense on the neck, the shoulders, the cervical spine of Lee Johnson. Probably trying to soften him up for that silver bullet. Wants to end it with one shot. Incredible match psychology being shown by TJ Crawford here. Oh, looks like he's going for that truss fall. Trying to get Lee Johnson up for the truss fall. Johnson reverses out of it. Oh, beautiful maneuver there. Beautiful reversal by Crawford. Locking in the side headlock. Oh, went for that one there. Big whip. Cover by Johnson. Massive blue thunder bomb there by Lee Johnson. Not enough as Crawford kicks out at 2 7/10. Johnson firing up. Now coming to Crawford, and Crawford dropping down to one knee. Dropping that weight gravitationally, making it harder for Lee Johnson to get him up. Lee trying to get him up for a power bomb, not getting it. Oh, the strikes, the kicks, I told you. One of the most vicious strikers that we have in the business today. Crawford now, once again, set 2, no! Sets a Snapdragon, that's what we got there. Snapdragon suplex reversal and a face washing. Crawford in the corner is Johnson. Crawford reversal. And both men are down. Lee Johnson completely face washed TJ Crawford in the corner there. Tried to set him up for something, I'm not sure exactly what, but Crawford reversing out of it in one hell of a way. Both men are down. Crawford in the far corner, trying to get to his feet. Lee Johnson in the near corner. Crawford first to a standing position, Lee right behind him. Both men meet in the middle of the ring. Exchanging knife edge chops. Oh! Short arm clothesline there, meets him at the ropes. Super kick by Johnson. Went for another German suplex. Crawford lands on his feet. Oh! Feint kick there, and now going for a silver bullet. Missed. Pop-up power bomb by Lee Johnson into the cover. 1, 2, 3.
Here is your winner, Big Shotty Lee Johnson.
Big Shotty Lee Johnson with a big victory here at Very Nice, Very Evil over TJ Crawford. What a match, woo! That was a classic. Look at here, Crawford going for that silver bullet. Big whiff, Big Shotty avoids the shot and lands that pop-up powerbomb dead flush in the middle of the ring. 3 count, all she wrote. If TJ Crawford had landed that silver bullet, I think we'd be talking about a much different outcome here, but Big Shotty avoiding. Ladies and gentlemen, later tonight in our main event, the WrestlePro Gold Championship will be defended in a Filipino street fight as our champion CPA will try to be the first WrestlePro champion tonight to retain his title when he takes on Fallah Bahh. But for the first time ever right now in a WrestlePro ring, we are going to have a gender reveal match. That's right, I didn't stutter. It's a gender reveal match. Boy versus girl. No one knows the gender of the baby except for WrestlePro management and the doctor. The family doesn't even know. They're here today, almost 100 members of the family here at the Rahway Rec Center to find out if it's gonna be a boy or if it's gonna be a girl. Let's go to Franklin Myers for the match.
All right, now we're in for a very special treat, ladies and gentlemen. It is now time to determine the gender of Tina and Nick's kid. So, if you want it to be a boy, cheer now. Okay, and how about for a girl? Oh, looks like we have an overwhelming favorite, but there's only one way to find out. Because, ladies and gentlemen, this is a gender reveal tag team match, and it is scheduled for one fall.
Music power.
Introducing first, they're the team of Adam Kirkland and Skylar Mack, Team Girl!
Team Girl, represented by Adam Kirkland and Skylar Mack. Champions till eternity, and they're hoping the champion, a girl, here tonight. Team Girl.
You are now in violation. Security has been alerted.
And introducing their opponents, the team of Malcolm Murray, Ronnie Moses, Team Boy!
And Security Inc. representing Team Boy. I mean, you can't go wrong either way here. Team Boy versus Team Girl for the first time ever. Gender reveal here in Rahway. We've got a 100% shot of a baby. Tina and Nick are gonna find out here tonight whether it's a boy or it's a girl. For the first time, they are going to find out the news. I mean, everybody here in Rahway for the first time is gonna find out if Tina and Nick are gonna have a boy or a girl. But especially Tina and Nick, they do not even know the gender of the baby they are expecting. We're gonna find out here tonight who can win, Team Boy or Team Girl. Officer Ronnie Moses. All right. Here we go now. Test of strength. We know for a fact girls stronger than boys. We know this. All right, Team Boy now, Security Inc. Trying to use a superior stretching ability and athletic ability here. I mean, can you go wrong either way? I gotta be honest with you. I gotta wonder who Tina and Nick are rooting for. Who wants what? If they both want the same thing. Covered by Ronnie Moses. Sorry, not Ronnie Moses, by guard dog Malcolm Murray. I apologize. I am so caught up in the intrigue of this match here, honestly. Guard dog Malcolm Murray. You gotta wonder if Tina's on Team Boy, if Tina's on Team Girl, if Nick's on Team Girl or Team Boy. Are they both on the same team? What are they looking for? I would love to know. Maybe not the smartest thing in the world there to try to lift the guard dog. And now. Nope. Tried it again. Thought he might have had it. Didn't have it that time. Whoa! Team Girl with the strength, with the power. Big support from Team Girl coming from the family. Covered by Team Girl. Kick out by Team Boy. He's going to go down on a wire here. Oh, guard dog Malcolm Murray just flat. Not a big guard dog. I would not want to have him chase me, that's for sure. And now the cover by Team Boy. 1. I don't know, using my powers of deduction by the sounds and the cheers, I kind of feel like the family is on the side of Team Girl. I don't know. That's what it seems like. That's what it sounds like, at least to me here in the rec center. Oh, wait. Team Boy getting some support there, but Team Boy right in the boys. And now the tag here.
We're doing this for the girls!
Tag teaming over there, cover now by Team Girl, 2 count. Kick out by Team Boy. Honestly, I don't know if they were cheering for the pinfall by Team Girl or the fact that Team Boy kicked out. I don't know if my original deduction was right. Honestly, I'm getting shocked more and more as the match goes on. Here we go. Team Girl once again showing the power. Cover by Team Girl. We having a girl? No. Kick out by Team Boy. Oh, am I hearing boy chants? All right, so it looks like maybe we're on Team Boy's side. We want the boy. Well, now I'm hearing Team Girl chants. I don't know. What do we want? Team Girl getting some big cheers here. Not what we wanted there. Both teams are down. Tag on both sides. And now Team Boy's got some power and momentum behind them. And I'm hearing some big cheers for Team Boy. I think the tide has turned. Pop-up power bomb. Cover, are we having a boy? Are we having a boy? We don't know yet. We still don't know. Somebody give me the doctor. That's the only person who knows. Here we go. Big splash by Team Boy. Nobody home. Tag in, Team Girl. Here we go. Up. Down, Officer Ronnie Moses. Ain't a big one there. Oh, well. And I don't hear many cheers for Team Girl. Wait a minute. Seems to have quieted down a little bit. I see a couple people up there firmly on Team Girl's side, but I think we were kind of seen to be more strongly on Team Boy's side. Maybe they want the boy. Either way, I'm sure they can train at WrestlePro. Boy or girl, they'll train here at WrestlePro. They'll become a professional wrestler. Here we go. Team Girl, we have a girl. Oh, come on. Just like the boys, always ruining things. We could have had a girl. Oh no! Team Girl just knocked themselves out. The guard dog and the officer. Team Boy. Cover one. Are we having a boy? No! Wait! We don't. I thought it was a boy. We were this close to a boy. That close. Team girl at the last minute. Are we having twins? Are we having a boy and a girl? That would be great. Oh, wait. Cover. Cover. Wait. Roll over. A roll through again. No, wait. Boy. Girl. Boy. We don't know. Backslide. Cover 1, 2. No. Here we go, team boy. Team girl. Come on. Team girl. Team girl. No, wait. Team boy. Somebody give birth already. Sunset flip. No, no. 1, 2. We're having a boy!
Ladies and gentlemen, here is our winner.
It's a boy! Yes! Yes! We're having a boy! Well, not me, but Tina and Nick are having a boy, not me, not us. They're having a boy. Congratulations, Tina and Nick! You're having a boy! And who knows, in 18 years, maybe they'll be the next WrestlePro Gold Champion. Oh my! What a match! We're having a boy! I haven't been this happy for something that isn't mine in I don't know ever. Congratulations! Tina and Nick, you're having a boy. God bless. Mazel tov. We are having a boy here at WrestlePro. Well, no, not here, but you know what I mean. Such a beautiful moment as the expectant parents, Tina and Nick, are going to join Team Boy and Team Girl in the ring. Such a beautiful moment here at WrestlePro. I'm going to let this speak for itself. Congratulations, Tina and Nick. You're having a boy. Once again, congratulations to Tina and Nick. They are having a boy. We wish you nothing but continued health and wellness for both you and your expectant child. But now we go to the main event of WrestlePro's very nice, very evil, a Filipino street fight. As our WrestlePro Gold Champion CPA will go one-on-one against the very sick and twisted Fallah Bahh. We have seen a different side to Fallah Bahh over the last couple of months since his unexpected departure from the side of Dark STG. And ladies and gentlemen, CPA does not have the odds on his side tonight. In fact, every championship that has been defended here tonight at Very Nice, Very Evil has changed hands. We have a brand new WrestlePro Garden State champion as El Magnifico defeated J-Heru earlier tonight. And we have a brand new WrestlePro Women's Champion as Rebecca J. Scott ended the 422-day reign of Lady Frost in a first blood match earlier tonight. Will CPA become the first WrestlePro champion here tonight to defend his championship successfully? Or will Fallah Bahh capture the WrestlePro Gold Championship going into 2026? As we set up for this Filipino street fight, we are getting ready for carnage and violence here in Rahway like you have never seen before. I spoke to Fallah Bahh for about 10 seconds earlier tonight, and he just yelled at me, "I'm going to hurt people tonight." And that was all before he ran off somewhere to get something for this match. I am very scared for what CPA might have to endure tonight, but CPA, after retaining that championship from the hands of Max Caster, looks to have a second long reign with that championship, but he's going to have one hell of a mountain in front of him. In the main event tonight at Very Nice, Very Evil, ladies and gentlemen, we get ready for this Filipino street fight here tonight.
Only the beginning between those two. So sorry, ladies and gentlemen, just trying to make sure we have everything ready to go so this street fight can be very violent, because these two men have had some choice words about each other over the last few weeks leading up to tonight. But what's your guys' favorite moment tonight? I'm listening. I got all ears to figure out what's been your favorite moment here tonight. I think for me, number one has to be the gender reveal. I mean, come on. No. TJ versus Lee, that's a very late contender for match of the year. That match was incredible. TJ Crawford, the most trusted man, the Silver Sniper, quite literally the future of professional wrestling, I gotta say personally. Lee Johnson also up there as well. STG, oh man, he had a great match earlier against Captain Sean Dean. That was a barn burner as well. I mean, tonight has been incredible across the board from beginning to end. Even that six-man tag team match, even though Rosario, Grillo, and Nikos, Rikos had a bit of a disagreement with Yoscifer, we saw Primal Fear walk away with the win earlier this evening. Maybe this is the last of Yoscifer, Nikos, and Rosario, Grillo. I guess we just gotta wait and see, ladies and gentlemen. And also we saw the Shotgun Champion, Colton Charles, earlier this evening as well. He unfortunately could not walk away with the victory, but of course, Boomshot Max St. Giovanni may have inadvertently cost Colton the match. I guess we gotta wait and see how that folds out over Shotgun and upcoming Rahway events over the next few weeks and months. And who knows what the Ace of Space LSG is thinking. He's currently over in Europe on tour right now. When he comes back, he's got a very split academy to worry about. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what the Ace of Space LSG will do over the next few weeks and months once he comes back from Europe. How you doing, Steve? You having a good night so far? It's been a great night. Thank you guys so much for being patient. We promise an amazing main event here tonight. Once we get this all figured out, we want to make sure this main event is as easy as possible. I mean, look around. We got bamboo sticks everywhere. Truly, by definition, a Filipino street fight. And God knows what other weapons these guys have in their back pockets. I've seen some of the things they had backstage, and let's say it's going to get a little violent later tonight. And also, how can we forget the new #1 contender for the WrestlePro Gold Championship, Dominican Destroyer Vargas, after taking down the Iceberg, Deonn, Rusman, and the bad boy Joey Janela. That match was incredible. Thank God Joey is okay. Figured that out. We Found out that breaking news, Joey Janela is doing okay. Man, I see zip ties flying everywhere. Jeez. To think the zip ties are going to be the least of our worries in a few short moments. We're almost there, ladies and gentlemen. Do not worry. We are almost at the end of the setup process. Just one more corner to go, and we'll be able to head straight into our main event this evening. Once again, before I forget, Thursday, December the 11th, we return to the Knights of Columbus in Union, New Jersey for Shotgun Thursday night. Every year it's been quite a crazy Christmas time for WrestlePro, so who knows what's going to go down later next month in just a few short weeks. And hey, we may have a new WrestlePro Gold Champion in Fallah Bahh in just a few short moments walking into Shotgun Thursday night. I guess we'll just have to wait and see, ladies and gentlemen. Almost done, just putting the last few pieces here tonight. We're getting there oh so close. Please put a huge hand for all of our rank crew members here tonight to make sure that this goes off without a hitch. Without them, we would not be able to do this as quickly as we have. Trust me, I've seen many other shows where things like this take a lot of time, but luckily, we're able to have a nice, easy due process to get everything done. All right, so I got one side done. I got two sides done. We're about to have three. I don't know. I'm gonna pray, because I'm terrified. We're just looking to finish things up right here, ladies and gentlemen. I promise you it's gonna be well worth the wait. But also, as always, if for any reason the action falls to the outside beyond the barricade, please get out of the way. We want to make sure you have a safe experience here tonight while also having fun. So once again, if it does somehow go outside the barricade, just make sure steer clear, because God knows where they could end up here tonight at the historic Rahway Rec Center. It could. I've seen Tommy Dreamer quite literally brawl outside the front door before, alongside the most professional wrestler, Brian Myers, as well. One of our WrestlePro OGs. Shout out, Brian.
What?
Just doing some finishing touches, and then we'll be able to start our huge main event here tonight. We're having a great time.
You think I'm blind?
I think this little music is gonna be it's a little fun, you know? A little doo-wop, I don't know. I'm not going music, obviously, as we saw earlier tonight. Once I get the all clear from Steve, we'll be starting tonight. So here we go, just waiting to see what happens here. Big fight field here tonight. CPA, a two-time gold champion, lost the title to Matt Cardona, but then Max Caster cashed in on Cardona. So we had a new champion in Max Caster. And then CPA was able to defeat Max Caster just 1 week later to regain the WrestlePro Gold Championship. Fallah Bahh has been a thorn in his side ever since. So tonight, obviously, a Filipino street fight to see who walks out as the WrestlePro Gold Champion, potentially into the new year. We still have one more show, so anything can happen in a WrestlePro. Receive. Are we ready? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event of the evening, and it is a Filipino street fight, and it is for the WrestlePro Gold Championship!
And you see the ring is set up for absolute destruction. Fallah Bahh. This is a much different Fallah Bahh. The lovable panda man from Pangaland that the WrestlePro faithful are used to is just gone. Absolutely gone. this evil incarnate. It's almost as if all the evil parts of Dark Fallah seeped into the Panda Man from Panda Land. He is just a new level of evil. And here is our WrestlePro Gold Champion, CPA. Recaptured that championship from Max Caster at Killer Smoke Show. A hectic 3-champion change that started at Always Rahway when CPA faced Matt Cardona. CPA lost that championship to Matt Cardona. Earlier in that evening, Max Caster had won the on-the-spot title shot medallion, cashed it in immediately after the main event, defeating Matt Cardona, thereby becoming the brand new champion. We had 2 champions in one show. Max Caster then, 9 days later, put the championship on the line against CPA. Never able to get his rematch against Cardona, as Cardona lost that championship. And in that match between Max Caster and CPA, CPA defeated Max Caster to begin his second reign as WrestlePro Gold Champion.
The man in charge of the action, WrestlePro Senior Official, Steve Dumang. Introducing first the challenger to my left, from the islands of the Philippines, weighing in at 420 pounds, he is the Filipino Sumo, Fallah Bahh! And his opponent to my right, from the Hammock District of New York City, his weight is withheld due to tax purposes. He is the current reigning and defending WrestlePro Gold Champion, CPA!
CPA, 64 days into his second reign as champion. He spent 552 days as champion the first time. But now, up against Fallah Bahh. Now listen, don't get me wrong. CPA defended his championship against some really big opponents. Defeated Trax, defeated Danny Maff, defeated Raj Desi. In fact, he defeated Vargas to win the championship. So it is not outside of the realm of possibility that CPA can go in there and hold his own with Fallah Bahh. But this is also not a regulation match. This is a Filipino street fight. You see the ring, the ropes, covered in bamboo spears, brought in straight from the Philippines. Fallah Bahh pulling off the tie. CPA, he's one shirt down. Oh, CPA tastes the bamboo. I simply racked my hand, my wrist against that bamboo earlier tonight while I was in the back, and it is not pleasant at all. That hurts. Oh, and now being flattened by Fallah Bahh against the bamboo. It is extremely rigid, at the same time being flexible enough to take the brunt force, but extremely rigid and pliable enough that it will hurt when it hits. It's like a kendo stick, but it doesn't break as easy. The streets of the Philippines. Fallah Bahh grew up not an easy road. There is a dark and seedy underworld in the Philippines. It is tough out there to survive in the streets of the Philippines. Wait a minute, Fallah Bahh just broke off one of those bamboo spears that's attached to the ring. And he just smashed it across this midsection of CPA. And if you look there, right above the right eyebrow of CPA, he has a slight cut. He's already busted open and bleeding. You know, I was doing some research on this. You know, when you look at places like Marae City, Tondo, San Andreas, and Metro Manila, you know, it's very dangerous out there. You know, high crime rates. You know, you don't go out at night. It's not safe. High gang activity. You know, but these are the areas of the Philippines where Fallah Bahh had to grow up and survive in. There is a level of depravity and a level of viciousness that Fallah Bahh has in him from his childhood experiences that he is now taking out on CPA and living in real time in this WrestlePro ring. And a bamboo shot across the head of CPA. And ref Steve Dumang, our senior official, is going to have to use the best discretion that he can on how this match continues. Because at some point, you're going to have to, you know, hope that Fallah Bahh does not fall too far down that road of depravity. CPA, hangman onto the top rope. And now using that bamboo stick, he got it away from Fallah Bahh, that hangman on the top rope. Fallah Bahh not wearing any protective gear outside of his trunks. He is feeling the full brunt of that onto his skin directly. And now Fallah Bahh being sent through the ropes and the bamboo. CPA desperately needs this time to catch his breath, catch his wind, formulate a plan. Formulate some sort of idea on how he is going to survive this match. I just saw Fallah Bahh grab something from under the ring. I wasn't able to get a clear shot of it. Oh, it's a staple gun! It's a staple gun! And he just shot it into the pectoral muscle of CPA. And he's also got a chain, a metal link chain that he's placed in the corner of the ring. And now, Fallah Bahh going back under the ring for something else. I can't get it. Oh my God. He has got a door. Fallah Bahh has gotten a metal chain, a staple gun, and a door out from under the bottom of the ring, and God only knows what else is under there. CPA with that bamboo shot, but another staple gun shot to the pectoral muscle, this time to the other side. And Fallah Bahh is eating those bamboo shots, and now he's staple gunned right in the head. And again, he just stapled his tie to its forehead. CPA is bleeding, if I'm not mistaken, I think. Yes, he is. He is bleeding down the left side of his face. He had gotten 3 staple gun shots to the head.
Your strength again.
And now to the back.
I'm stapling it to your fucking body.
How sick is Fallah Bahh? And you know, somewhere in the back, the Dominican Destroyer is watching this match, the new #1 contender for the WrestlePro Gold Championship. I know the Dominican Destroyer doesn't care who the hell he faces for that championship, but he is certainly got his eyes peeled out for who wins this title here tonight. Right now, CPA bleeding from the head, from the chest, from the back. An assault via staple gun by Fallah Bahh. He has now set up that door in the corner of the ring. CPA just threw something in the ring. Fallah Bahh, though, oh, he had a chair. Oh, and CPA is bleeding profusely. Oh, CPA had a CP chair. A CP chair. And a drop kick by CPA. Our WrestlePro Gold Champion has still got some fight left in him. The legend has it that there was a time where CPA went on a little bit of a journey of self-discovery, competed in some unsanctioned death matches, underground matches. So not the first time that CPA has tasted his own blood. And now, using that chair, let's go, girls. Across the head of Fallah Bahh, CPA now going into the cover to retain the gold championship, and a kick out by Fallah Bahh, shoulder up at 2.5. This level of punishment and depravity we have not seen been inflicted on CPA here in Rahway. But CPA tapping into a long discarded part of himself, a part of himself that he thought he left behind. He went and did a little soul searching, went after that stuff in the basement, got done with that and put it all away. But tonight, he is finding it all over again. He is reaching down, deep down inside as he bleeds from every pore on his head. Fallah Bahh charges into the corner and crashes through that bamboo wall. Cover now by CPA. Couldn't hook the leg, the massive tree trunk of a leg of Fallah Bahh. CPA does not possess the strength at this point to be able to hook that leg. Fallah Bahh kicking out once again. CPA, his shirt covered in blood. And now, pointing to that chair, that door set up in the corner. Fallah Bahh sets him up. Fallah Bahh! Fallah Bahh takes out the chair, the door, and CPA. CPA's dead, goddammit! He's gotta be dead!
Look at the crowd, but no one's doing anything.
God damn it! He's done killed CPA! Now who's gonna get their taxes done? Fallah Bahh collapsing into the cover, and CPA somehow, from the depths of God knows where, kicks out. And the rec center is alive with voracious chants of CPA. Fallah Bahh flattened every bone that CPA's got in his body in the corner there. Broke that door into 1.5 million places, destroyed the chair. But still not enough. And now Fallah Bahh may be looking to put a massive exclamation point on this championship reign of CPA, looking ahead, and CPA sits up. The taxman cometh. CPA just hangman. Fallah Bahh on the bamboo on the corner now. And the shirt comes off. And he just slammed CPA. He just slammed Fallah Bahh. Cover. I don't know how the hell he got him up. I don't know how the hell CPA summoned the strength, but he slammed Fallah Bahh. CPA is tireless, he's shirtless, but he's not powerless, not yet. Oh, what is that? He's got Jollibee. Oh, well, I am kind of hungry. It's been a long night. I'm here for some chicken and I don't know how he got through that drive-thru. There's always a backup in that drive-thru.
You guys want some chicken?
Does he have chicken? Can you just save me a piece, please? Oh, that's not chicken! That sure as heck ain't chicken, ladies and gentlemen! But that's definitely extra spicy something! Oh boy! That must be on the secret menu at Jollibee. CPA trying to slam Fallah Bahh again. Listen, that miracle happened once. I don't know if it's going to happen again. And now Fallah Bahh raking the already bleeding forehead of CPA. Drop kick. Whoa, Fallah Bahh. Oh, Fallah Bahh. Big Samoan drop. Onto the thumbtacks. And CPA's back. Looking like a well-seasoned chicken breast. He's got thumbtacks all through his back and Fallah Bahh. One more time and now covered him. 1, 2, kick out. He got the shoulder up. Fallah Bahh using that door and his weight and pushing the back of CPA against the thumbtacks, and CPA still getting a shoulder up. The champ is beaten, bloody and bruised, and he's still got a fight left in him. Fallah Bahh wrapping a chain around the neck of CPA. CPA trying to get some elbows, fight away. Fallah Bahh wrenching back. And now, a staple shot for Fallah Bahh. Did he just staple him in the nipple? Oh! The exposed chest. And now the face. The exposed body of Fallah Bahh being stapled. Oh, holy heck. And now he stepped into the tax with his exposed feet. The pain of Fallah Bahh sent them stumbling, those exposed feet, into the tax. And now CPA. Topples Fallah Bahh into the tax, covered by the gold champion. And Fallah Bahh gets a shoulder up at the last second. These two men have thrown everything at each other, and yet they have kicked out of just about everything. CPA wrapping his hand in that chain, that metal link chain that Fallah Bahh brought into the match. Fallah Bahh down. CPA now, what has he got in his mind now? Wrapping that chain across the mouth, the jaw, and burying Fallah Bahh into the tax, wrenching back in a submission maneuver using the chain for added leverage. Fallah Bahh's exposed chest in the tax, and Ref Dumang is calling it.
Your winner, and still WrestlePro Gold Champion, CPA.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time tonight, I get to say, and still, your WrestlePro Gold Champion, CPA, in one hellacious match. My lord, the carnage in this main event. CPA went through every circle of hell and back to retain that WrestlePro Gold Championship. My God. And now, CPA retaining that WrestlePro Gold Championship here in the main event. And now he looks forward in 2026 to defending that championship against the #1 contender we crowned earlier tonight. The man who he took that WrestlePro Gold Championship from the very first time he won it. The Dominican Destroyer, Vargas. CPA may have won the war tonight, but he's got a hell of a battle in front of him in 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, from all of us here at WrestlePro, our brand new Garden State champion, El Magnifico, our brand new women's champion, Rebecca J. Scott, and our still WrestlePro Gold champion, CPA. I am Pete Rosado, the voice of WrestlePro. We will see you in 2026. Have a safe and happy holidays for you and your entire family. Until next time, we'll see you in Rahway.